Hi there, so here's a re-recording of a video I did last week. The whole recording basically is about whether you can follow our Metroidvania tutorial series on Unity 6. And the short answer is yes, you can follow the tutorial series on Unity 6. And in this video, I'm going to upgrade my project from Unity 5 to Unity 6. And what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to cover with you, right, the key things that you want to take note of if you are working on this project in Unity 6. There are small differences that you just have to account for when you are developing your project on Unity 6. It shouldn't be a problem, alright? I'm going to make this video as short as possible so that you can watch through this as quickly as possible. Take some notes and then you should be able to run this project on Unity 6. No problem, even though our tutorial is actually designed for Unity versions that are before Unity 6. If you are following this tutorial on Unity 6, it's actually good for you because it requires you to solve some problems, and problem solving is how you become better as a programmer. So just because this tutorial is not built on Unity 6, don't let it deter you, because just the process of going through making this game, this tutorial on Unity 6 will teach you a lot of things about game development. So let me just jump right in, and I'm just going to go through the upgrade process, and then through the upgrade process I'm going to point out to you a couple of things you want to take note of if you are doing this on Unity 6 itself. Alright, so I have my project right here, and I'm going to upgrade the project to Unity 6 by first you have to ensure that you have a copy of Unity 6 installed. If not, just click on install editor and just run through the whole process of installing one of the Unity 6 versions onto your computer, and that will allow you to go to your project and select Unity 6 as the version that you want to open the project with. So by starting the project on Unity 6, the first thing you will see is it's asking you if you want to update the project basically from whatever version that it is. For me, it's 2021 all the way to Unity 6. I'm just going to click on continue here. So throughout the process, you're going to have to click on a few buttons. Halfway through the upgrade process, you will find this window pop up, and this window basically is asking you whether you can update the scripts to be Unity 6 compatible. It sounds very complex, right? But actually all of these scripts, just modifying one line. I'll show you these lines later, and this is one of the things you want to take note of when you're working on this project but in Unity 6. I clicked on yes, update all these files, and you will also run into errors. This is pretty inevitable, especially if you are upgrading from a very old version of Unity to Unity 6. So if you get any errors, just click on ignore. You ignore the errors, you'll fix the errors when the Unity editor is loaded. If you're developing your project on Unity 6, you shouldn't run into these errors because the project is going to be deployed on Unity 6 directly. A lot of my errors are coming up because this is developed on an older version of Unity. So I've got to update a couple of packages that I used to create a project. Later on, when we get into the editor, I'll show you what I mean. So as you can see, the upgrading process, I mean, it's quite fast, really impressive. If you get any pop-up during the upgrade process, just click on OK here. This is just upgrading the materials in your project. If you have started your project on Unity 6, you shouldn't have any of these issues. Okay, the only thing that you need to pay attention to will be the scripts. I'm going to open the package manager now, and I'm going to upgrade my packages because this is essential for getting my project to run properly in Unity 6. The first thing I'm going to address, right, is the TMP importer right here. And what's going to happen here is that I'm going to remove the TextMesh Pro folder because this is the older version, and then I'll do an import TMP essentials to make sure that my TextMesh Pro is the latest version. TextMesh Pro is this thing that allows us to write text on the UI canvas. So we re-import the TextMesh Pro essentials, and the folder will be right back here. And I'm gonna go to the package manager as well and look at any of these packages that needs an update. And in Unity 6, the package manager is updated, so you can actually see, for example, that there are updates that you have to do. But before we go to the updates tab, let's go to the Visual Studio Code editor and remove this one because this is used for an older version of Unity. It's no longer needed. And then I'll just click on update here, and this will single out all the packages that I need to update for my project to work. So if you're upgrading from an older version of Unity using this tutorial, the one package that you want to avoid upgrading is Cinemachine. You upgrade everything else, but you exclude Cinemachine. I'll explain why later. So I'm just going to update everything, but I'm going to leave Cinemachine at the version that it's at. Oh, I accidentally updated Cinemachine. Anyway, since it's updated, I'll just explain why you shouldn't update Cinemachine. Okay, so if you've started the project as a Unity 6 project, you will run into the same problem, or if you accidentally upgrade Cinemachine in your package manager, you will get this problem as well. And what this problem is essentially is that Cinemachine is one of the packages that we use in the tutorial to make the control of the camera easier for ourselves. And this tutorial uses Cinemachine 2, which works together with the older versions of Unity, that is 2021, 2022. Alright, so if you've started a new project in Unity 6 and you want to follow this tutorial, right, it is essential that you downgrade Cinemachine to version 2. And how you do that is by going to your package manager, finding Cinemachine, and then finding the version history here. And what you want to do is just scroll down, find the older versions of Cinemachine right here. So you want to find the latest version 2 version, and update your Cinemachine. This will remove any errors that are related to Cinemachine in this project. You have to make sure that Cinemachine is version 2. Otherwise, a lot of the stuff that we cover in the tutorials just won't work. Alright, so by updating Cinemachine 2, you will see errors that are there are gone. And if you've never updated your Cinemachine, you shouldn't see those errors in the first place. Now, you want to look at your console and make sure that there are no red errors. If they are, click on clear and then check if they reappear. They shouldn't reappear. So the project runs fine now. And I will just go through with you the 2 scripting changes that you have to take note of when you are working on a Unity 6 project. And the first of them is that notice during the upgrade process, right? Some of my scripts have been updated, and you will see anywhere there is an update, the update is always the same, alright? It's always just a change right here for any of these scripts. It's just a change from RB velocity to RB linear velocity. So the key API change in Unity 6 that you've got to take note of, right, is that whenever you use a rigid body, let's take one of these scripts for example. I'll just grab the player controller script right here. So wherever you use a rigid body right here, in Unity 5, we always refer to the velocity attribute of a rigid body, which is this variable here. It's just RB.velocity, or whatever you name your variable, that's the name that you put. So in Unity 6, this is changed to linear velocity, so this is very important. And just now we had a pop-up that asked if we wanted to update the scripts to match the Unity 6 API. All of the updates in this project are just changing RB velocity to RB linear velocity. And this is the only thing that you have to take note of if you're developing this project in Unity 6. The other thing, right, is that, and this is a function that we don't use a lot in this project here, so this is less of an issue. So in the game manager, right, and in the player controller, okay, we use 2 functions right here. Okay, so in the player controller, we use a find object, and this is a function that we no longer use in the player controller. So let me just move to the game manager. In the game manager, right, we have 2 find object of type. This is function that is deprecated. Deprecated means that it's marked for removal in the future. Probably it's going to get removed in a couple of years. So what you want to do here is wherever you have this function, just change this to find any object by type. And the reason why Unity is replacing find object of type with find any object by type is because this function is a lot faster. In Unity 6, optimization is one of the key things that they focused on when they were developing the API. And this is why they optimized this. The reason for that is because find object of type, when it tries to find an object for you, it actually sorts all the possible objects first before it returns you the object. And there's no reason you have to sort them, because whenever we use find object of type, it's because we know that there's only one kind of that object in the scene. So there's no need for us to collect everything and sort them once first. And find any object by type doesn't sort anything. So if you wanted to use the new API, but you wanted to retain the same functionality, you would find first object by type. And you will never find any case in Unity where you have to do a find first object by type, because that sorts by instance ID. Instance ID is basically every object has an instance ID, and the instance ID is not controlled by us. So there is no way that you can control how the objects are sorted. This instance ID here, every component has it, and every game object has it as well. There's no way we can control it, so there's no point for us to sort things by instance ID. And that's the reason why find object by type sorting functionality isn't very useful. If you want to learn more about what this whole thing is, you can check out the other video that we have. The link is in the description below. So these are the 2 things you want to take note of. Number 1, to change RB velocity to RB linear velocity, and number 2, wherever you have find object of type, you want to change it to find any object by type. And this really is about the extent of the changes that you have to take into account for Unity 6. This is a pretty short video. And the last thing that I want to tell you about is you have to use Cinemachine 2 if you want to work on this project. But if you want to use Cinemachine 3, because Cinemachine 3 runs faster, and I would assume it's generally much more efficient than Cinemachine 2. I mean, that's the whole point of the upgrade, right? Okay, if you want to use Cinemachine 3, we'll be releasing a separate video covering how you can upgrade from Cinemachine 2 to Cinemachine 3. Because we don't have a tutorial anywhere on YouTube for that, we have loads of tutorials on how to use Cinemachine, but none about going from Cinemachine 2 to 3. Alright, but otherwise, if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments below. And as usual, thank you all for your support.